Oh, that'd be good stuff for it over there. Vince Raft actually made sound. Well, Vince Raft had sound. Oh, it did have sound. Oh no, so my competitor is the only one that does that now. That's kind of ew. That's kind of stinky. That's kind of sad. Is that competitor? That's what it was hyped up to be. Oh, and then because if that competitor over there does the same thing that it and the 18 is whatever they're due. Of course, depending on what the competitor does, it would automatically switch between the ERTX GPU and, of course, the integrated GPU or not. Although maybe it's, of course, some setting in the NVIDIA control panel app that was like that by default. FYI, because I am definitely satisfied with this competitor. You shouldn't get me wrong with that. This competitor is still great for what it is. After all, at least I still have the desktop competitor as my extremely legendary competitor. Having a competitor set up like this is kind of not really my thing. Feels like it's way too much up high. Let's get those drives. Also now, instead of getting anything at all, just to start out with this game, this controller support. Something I recently noticed that with the OS controller, it was actually working without using the DS for Windows thing. So because of now it finally works with them. It looks like it does not. Oh well, I should just continue to use it. That doesn't look like very good. I see the S10 was updating the drivers. With this competitor, I still never did it with it. It's kind of weird how it does that. So not just sell the their items. But they'll follow my advice, and together we will now take better care of the competitors. And more than the others were. The other competitors were the example. They were the competitors that had to go through everything so that the new ones will have better care in their future being used. It's just something I'm just not used to, just feeling that game being so smooth. It just feels like this is N's competitor. It looks so like it by size. It's also really perfectly smooth and stutterless like it too. That's so great. It's app for dealing with sound. Maybe later I should use the other computer over there and see how it's like again after a long time of not using it. It'd be good to know if all this time later if that competitor has improved any or if it's still the same old stuttery competitor that it became. So that'd be good enough it over there, that competitor could handle some vibrant visuals at the highest settings. Oh, and let's not forget, it's over there with the 4K screen. This one is the 2K screen. So that's quite the difference to consider with their performance doings. Of course, it has everything. Just so definitely must feel for y'all the same as how things were when I first got to the 18-inch competitor. Going from small to the biggest possible one sure must feel like quite the dramatic change of sizes. Also very geekishly, because while I was in there, well, I wanted to chat to the robo about which of the two competitors is better. Either that one or the Razer Blade 18 competitor. Robo actually says that with performance, apparently the Razer Blade 18's performance would be better. Well, not complain about just getting it upgraded all. Being in there playing the OS4 sure felt like the vibes at first, but of course, as I thought about it, when it's only me who's using consoles, then it felt kind of boring. So it must be that, of course, what we both are engaged in doing is why things are fun, but when we split off and do different things, then that's when things get boring. She knows why the Earth is having that performance that they're combining. Unless it's, of course, because of the 4K screen. I should try to dim it down a bit. Turn it into 1080p. It was just really no reason for it to be worse. After all, this competitor proves to be just really good with it. But with this competitor, I haven't tried connecting it to the TV, which would enable it to do 4K. That's Let's see some RTX graphics. Definitely, it's going to be that. It looks kind of bad. It needs to be sharper 4K. This is what it looks like. It's due to 4K. They are pretty much the same now. So we'll guess 4K is, of course, the demanding resolution to use. the desktop competitor was really good with 4K. Ray tracing. What? But the dual mode dish monitor. Let's play. You should be great to use that with the desktop competitor. It just shows what rush rate makes it look like it's so noticeable that it's not as smooth as the hertz. But then wozy is because the Razer competitor achieved 240 hertz, which is again the same as this one, while it was 4K. But of course, the thing is with it, it's just IPS screen. And of course, that's not bad. Do this on quality though. Something I didn't think of is maybe with this competitor, if I wanted that game to have sound when it's not using a speaker, maybe I could, of course, just resort to none other than Boom or 3D. So it would act like it's a connected speaker. Maybe that would finally enable this competitor to get to play that game with sounds, but oh, the way that looks kind of fantastic. I don't really, because that over there, of course, does look kind of choppy compared to that. It's really good to know that all the copper golem will age over time, but it, of course, does it really, really slowly. This was turned into 1080p. It's I think that's what you finally get to see it. And then Yale is using a brand new controller. Sure is refreshing compared to just the used one that only turns on when it's plugged in. But yeah, of course I tested it. This one works again. It's just becoming more sustainable. I just like spot. It does feel way more tolerable. Let's feel this one. Fair enough, it's still kind of hot, but it's definitely not lava. It sounds exactly like the way it was like with the Razor Blade 18 competitor. So it's around, so. I kind of hate if this competitor gets a little too dusty. Definitely that Razor Blade 15 competitor can absolutely be the example of dusty and dirty in 5 years of being completely opened up to the ceiling fan wind, making it collect so much dust and never really being cleaned off. And then this competitor is still really pristine and very clean since day one. Being tweeters. They're little tweeters. But no, look, ease. That's the kind of performance I expected out of 18 competitor. So yummy is for me, the one who's used to this dirty competitor. That's just so delicious. Sounds. You guys know what it looks like when they look up. Hey, look, it's black. Unless that's text packs, but then that looks very pitch black. Maybe they're different. Ah. It was weird for that to possibly not be as performance-tastic as that, being perfectly smooth there. Well, Alex now gets to have one that's actually very irrelevant. Party. Party. Oh,
Mm. You want me to bring it in the stool, in that stool? I don't have to leave it up later. And then water with them or milk? I wonder. Wonder. Control of what I do, baby.
mhm.
It's not a good safe. Box.